Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. It depends again.
Good middle of the night.
Good morning, Callum.
Hello.
Good morning, Marcin.
Good afternoon, a little bit. But welcome, everyone. And we are in the 3 different time zones today. I almost lost my voice this week. And the StreamYard was showing me an error before I clicked go live. So it will be an interesting Friday, umbraCoffee. And Arnold, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Netherlands to talk about everything Umbraco this week. So Callum, where are you?
I am currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the USA. Yesterday, in fact, only about 6 hours ago, did I leave the US summit. But yeah, we had a packed couple of days of events, and before that, I was in Minneapolis. So, been sort of traveling around. It's been good.
Yeah, and we'll be, of course, talking about a lot of events. And Arnold, you are behind one as well to talk us through that. But let's focus on US Summit, Callum. How was it? If you would summarize, we have some tweets to cover the content from the user's perspective. But what about you? How was it in general?
Yeah, definitely lots of tweets and lots of people saying they were watching the free live stream. I think I saw over 600 people actually watched on the live stream, which is really, really decent. And if you were to count that as attendees in the US, there's never been an event that Umbraco or the community have organized that's of that size. The event was good. I think more than anything, I was saying this to you both before we went live, that it's the first event in the US in 4 years. So the fact that we're getting all the communities together, we have everyone in one place for once, is lovely. I think that was the biggest takeaway for me.
Yeah, and I was going to mention also this online attendance option, because everyone was so grateful that it was just available for free, and people watched it in the afternoon, in the normal in our European time zones, for example. It was really great. I missed it, and I was asking the question, or I would ask the question: will it be available, the recordings from the talks? That's something that we probably need to confirm.
Yes, it will be. And actually, since we used the same platform as we used for Code Garden, the Spotty platform, you should be able, I didn't check, but you should be able to go in already and watch back the recordings. And they're not cut up yet, but they have one long recording per stage. But yes, you can watch back, of course.
That's perfect. And Callum, there was a hackathon the day before, right? And I saw some pull requests and some really nice ideas flying around. For example, from Niels, right?
It was less of a hackathon and more just like an ideas-a-thon. We had a few people there that just didn't know anything about Umbraco, but were wanting to get maybe into open source or just started a career in development. So we had a lot of discussions, and it was a small group. So yeah, it was a nice day. I wouldn't have necessarily described it as a productive hackathon, shall we say? But this demo that Niels made was really cool. So a forms workflow to send an SMS via Twilio and their APIs. It's incredibly straightforward in the end, but obviously he took a bit of time to work out how it all works and some quirks with dependency injection and forms workflows and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. And also from the event itself, there was a lot of highlights, like, for example, this roadmap that we've been discussing, but right now it's structured and it's coming from one of the talks, and Kyle shared it about the excitement also about the new back office and native headless being announced on Umbraco 12. So it's a lot of news, again, a lot of information refreshed and again shared, and of course it's great. And also something what they flagged and what I wanted to discuss was a birthday of Umbraco 9. Not everyone realized that the time flies so fast that it's already with us for a while, right? And now it's a lot of new versions and a lot of new releases upcoming. So that's even more exciting, right?
But that's great, right, that it goes so fast, because we are releasing so often and so many versions that the version is getting less and less important. So 9, we're like, yeah, whatever. It was a short-term support version. 10 is out. Let's go forward. I mean, in 1st of December, 11 will already be there. So I think it's really, really good that we all forget about certain birthdays, because before you had an Umbraco version for many years, and now just for a short time. Yeah. Although I still want cake every time there's a celebration.
And confetti, of course. And Callum, what will be your highlight then from the day, if you need to select anything from your perspective?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. As I say, people's always important, isn't it, at these events? there was a few interesting announcements, takeaways, like as we sort of suspected, Umbraco, a plumber, is going to be re-released as Umbraco Workflow, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, definitely the release cadence and the sort of investment there. Hearing a little bit about how Umbraco are trying to grow in the US in terms of the HQ, there's kind of being like the plan is by the end of next year to have a full team with, you know, support and ops and DevRel hopefully as well. So like, you know, they're definitely trying to establish a proper presence here.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and we have a couple other announcements that have been shared through the blog post, and we can probably discuss them now. Starting from a dedicated resources on Umbraco Cloud. So something what we probably shared a while ago because they were discussed on the meetups and some other potential other meetups and content previously. But now it's rolled out, and on the Umbraco Cloud project, we can have a new option within the settings menu that allows us to select a dedicated tiers of resources and upscale basically if it's needed for some of the cloud. Arnold, do you have any more data to share about this from your perspective?
Well, of course, you could always already do a dedicated tier only on professional plans and only for a period of 3 months through our support. But we found out that a lot of requests was there for smaller plans to also have dedicated resources just for a short period of time. They needed less dedicated resources. So now these are available. So if you don't want to share resource with any other one, or if you just have a very heavy site, there's now cheaper options to have dedicated resources.
Yeah, and that makes complete sense because we know that some require some of the decoupled set of resources, dependent plus be more scalable. So it's a really nice step to more personalized Umbraco Cloud projects when it comes to infrastructure at least behind it as well. So that's really nice. And when we talk about cloud and other products, there was also an announcement about the annual price changes, released not that far away in time. And yeah, inflation is attacking us all from different sides. And here it's of course also addressed in all of the products changes, right? So from the partnerships through the cloud products, headless offerings, and trainings as well. Anything surprise you guys here, or anything that you particularly are interested or address your activity in the community?
I think this is in line with what everyone is doing with raising prices. I know that last year we were a bit later with announcing these prices, and not everybody likes that. So now we introduced our new pricing for 2023 before the start of the 4th quarter. So now also all agencies, community members have some time to talk to their customers about price increases and what it's meant to them. But I think this year it's easier to talk about price increases with your customers since, well, all prices go up quite a bit. So
yeah, we've just made the decision to put our rates up 10% from January 1st as well. So this sort of aligns quite nicely. These conversations are already happening. You say, Arnold, that it's people were unhappy last year. I think they'll be unhappy this year too. Just, it doesn't.
No, but the price increase was
notice. It's cool. It's good. Yeah.
Earlier notice of this was.
Yeah, and we can all predict it from the future earlier, as you said. So budget and everything else can just be prepared. But of course, the link to the exact prices, upgrades, and changes will be also in the description, but it's on the Umbraco blog as well. So yeah, check it out and prepare for the next year. And yeah, align it with another prices increases everywhere basically this year. That's this kind of year. Release wise, we had a couple of the releases to mention today. Starting from another week, another Anders and Limbo team release of videos editors. Let me just find it. This time for Vimeo. So it's a video picker for Umbraco 10. Yet another of the pickers. I can't count them up right now, but it's probably 6th or 7th, if I remember correctly, from the pickers from the team. And go and check it out if you want to use Vimeo picker videos across your Umbraco projects for 10. Another one is from Patrick. And he released a really interesting functionality for SEO toolkit which is called Audit. There was one version before. There is probably another beta as well. I don't know if this is the correct link, but there was 2 or 3 beta releases of this package this week. Patrick asked for some feedback, so I believe that anyone who wants to do some SEO audits and is interested in this area of the analyzing websites, go and check it out. And you remember, and Arnold, I don't know if you watched also the episode where Patrick demoed us the whole toolkit package, but it was really nice. And I think today even more important SEO stuff will be needed for Umbraco from different perspectives, right?
Yeah, it's a really nice package, and he works for a great agency that has a lot of interesting customers. So that helps, of course, with something. And would help with developing something like this with real world usage. So yeah, looking forward. What's next?
Yeah, this is the process which I saved as well on my notes. It was beta 1, then beta 2, and then then I screw something. Beta 3 is out.
We've all been there.
Of course, that's why I wanted to share that it was done, and now we are expecting something out of the beta for sure as well. Other than that, OpenID Connect example got updated as well to support Umbraco 10.2, the latest version. So anyone who checked it out already and wants to use it on the latest Umbraco can also grab the updated example. And we talked about it a while ago, so it's really interesting. So yeah, that's update from Jeroen. And is there anything else? Yeah, Matt, of course. And Matt summarized his week this week. I don't know if you guys saw it. Not a bad week from the Matt's perspective. he just released a new version of Vendor. He also released some of the updates for the Vendor deploy and new sync packages. And now he also added a new feature to construct a package. And I don't know if you've seen that, but I'm very excited about it because, again, these custom sections from the Fluid APIs constructed with Construct have a new option to have some actions attached to the save buttons. So more customized ways of doing custom things with the package that is helping us to do it Umbraco-like. That's really nice. And kudos to Matt, of course, for this productive week. Yep, that's from Matt. And the events now. So Arnold,
I know this event.
Was also that was the news. What is this event, by the way?
Well, it's of course the yearly Dutch Umbraco User Group Conference. So the main Umbraco event in the Netherlands. I've been organizing that together with Henk Boelman for quite some years, already before I joined Umbraco. So even though we now have an awesome event team at Umbraco, this will still be on me, and it's community run. And I think one of the most awesome things about the Dutch Umbraco User Group and our yearly event is that we have 28 sponsors from all over the community, all kind of agencies that are, giving us money to make this happen. So it's really an event for the community, by the community. And we are really happy to have all this trust to make this happen, because it's not easy to do this, and also it's more and more expensive every year. One thing that has bitten us this year a bit is that we always send out our sponsor invoices at the start of the year. And well, since then prices have risen significantly. So we made it work, but we had some challenges along the way. But yes, it's sold out. We had a target of 150 people attending. We are currently at 170. So we're well over target. And I mentioned to Marcin before going live as well. We have 150 chairs, so be on time, because
secure your chair.
You might understand. No, so in the main stage it's 150 chairs, but we bought comfortable chairs as well. Oh, we rented comfortable chairs as well, so
you had bean bags or something one year, a few years ago, didn't you?
It was one of the Azure events. We had bean bags, but not for the
yeah.
Hank is doing so much events. Too many events. Yeah.
Yeah, and Callum, you're flying to Utrecht.
Yes, and I will be there. And we have umbraCoffee in the schedule. I need to still talk with Henk about how we're going to pull that off technically, but apparently we're going to do an umbraCoffee, and there's like a nice studio setup we can use, so that should be good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So one thing we were going to try out. One thing we're going to try out is a talk show style setup at the event. So we have, for example, the Umbraco keynote, that's 30 minutes. But after that, there's a 60-minute talk show with a host and then multiple guests from Umbraco HQ sitting together. And we also have a community one. I won't say more. We will record it. So you will see why. But this is a concept we want to try out instead of making it just one person talking or a few persons talking on stage, make it a bit more comfortable with the setting on couches, a bit like you did as well at Goat Garden, of course. But let's see how that works out.
Yeah,
because really that's also what Henk and I try to do with Dug every year. I just try things out and see if it works.
Yeah. From the organizer's perspective, you always raise a bar higher, and that's for other events. We knew that because we were also attending one of the first ones in this place, at least, where we all said, yeah, that's the level of to catch up, and for all of the events that we were also helping organize on our recent years. Yeah, there's a lot to follow, and yeah, please raise this bar constantly, because then we'll try to do the same across the Europe and world. So that's
how many years have you been in that venue, Arnold?
Since 2018, and the first time was 2018, and now we have the exact same location as 2018, but now we extended with one big room because that room was not available back then. So this was too small space for the next years, and now they opened up a new area to use, so we will use that. Full circle.
I was trying to remember when it was, but yeah, it probably was 2018, and I think that means I have spoken at every Dugfest since 5 years or 4 years in a row. 2018, 2019, 2020, the special edition that no one really attended, but I was managed to come over for, and then 2021 last year, and then 2022 this year, 5 years in a row.
And fun fact is that there are recordings on YouTube of our umbraCoffees from there, and I remember the one when you were wearing mask. So
yes,
the event there, and
2021, right? I was masked up.
Yep. Yeah,
it's in the intro video, right?
Yes.
Is it?
That's it. It is. There is a frame from there. Yeah.
There's not me wearing a mask in the intro video, is there?
there is a frame for sure from there. But good focus and attention to find
We have a question from Cornet.
Yep.
Will there be a donut ball?
So I've been told by a specific person that if there wouldn't be a donut ball, that person wouldn't show up. So
I did threaten that. Yeah, I did threaten that.
So yes, there will be a donut ball.
I might know the person. But that's really cool. Yeah, have a great event, and of course we're looking forward for some updates and tweets. Everyone who is attending, be sure to share what you learn and help also the event reach out to other potential people in the future. And yeah, wish you luck with everything. I know.
Before I forget, Microsoft is sponsoring us, and we have one ticket left from their sponsorship. So if anyone is watching right now and has no ticket yet, and has a valid reason to get a ticket because of maybe they're a student, or maybe they have an employer who isn't funding them or whatever, reach out, and then maybe you will be able to get a free ticket for next Friday.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a really good real-time option to get it. So be sure to reach out to Arnold or let us all know, and we will transfer that to you. Awesome. And there are some other events as well happening very, very soon. And starting maybe from US, if we're already there for a while. So there's a New York meetup that is happening on October 4th.
We do. Tuesday we have New York meetup. I'll be doing my Umbraco Anywhere talk. I'll be doing the same talk at Dugfest. I don't want to spoil it too much, and DK Fest, and like a bunch of other places. So, but yeah, it's just proving you can run Umbraco wherever you want.
That's New York, and next the day after is Umbraco Leeds as well, or 2 days after, on October 6th, where Oliver will be sharing some findings or takeaways from Code Cabin. That's also interesting. And last but not least to mention, soon is virtual Umbraco Meetup that is happening the week after. And at the same time, there is an Ignite, right? So it's approaching very soon. There was an email sent probably today in the morning. I checked with some summaries and some new info about it, but yeah, that's happening now. Arnold, I know you are also involved in a lot of Microsoft events in Netherlands. Are you planning, or are you attending, or doing something for this Ignite event this year?
Not currently, not me.
Okay.
Of course, Henk will be doing something probably, but
Yeah.
not on me, because I already had too much on my plate. So I
Yep.
tried to do it a bit easier on this last 6 months of the year.
Yeah. Same here. But that's good. And one more to mention, that was a new announcement from Umbraco and the Wales Umbraco Meetup, that they will join for the first in-person Umbraco Meetup in over 2 years, and it will be on November 16th, where Carl will be talking about GitHub Actions in Umbraco. Really interesting topic, and for everyone out there or nearby, check it out and be sure to attend. And these are events. One thing that I wanted to plug in as an other announcement. I don't know, guys, if you've seen Niels. Of course, Niels, who might be remember, started a new journey.
This is a true umbraCoffee, isn't it?
Yes, that's
that.
Again, I translated it. I read it through because, of course, I was very interested what Niels is up to next, and it turned out that Niels bought half of the company that is roastery. So it's roasting real coffee, and as a huge coffee lover, umbraCoffee lover as well, I think that this is really true umbraCoffee combination. And of course, I offered an option to the potential sponsorship. And you never know.
Did you know? I think so. Somebody at HQ told me this. I think this is the coffee company, the coffee roaster who supplies the coffee for Code Garden.
For Code Garden.
Yes,
that's interesting.
Of course, there's always a connection somewhere with someone in Denmark. But yes.
But I mean, it's good to see Niels, venturing out into new business.
Yeah, and of course, wishing Niels luck and everything, the best. That's a really exciting story, and check out if you haven't seen this. But who knows? We were talking about producing our own coffee. We had some limited edition for the Code Garden this year. I'm currently roasting some limited edition as well for some upcoming events.
To be clear, Marcin doesn't roast the coffee himself, like in a metal bin in his garden. It's a professional doing it.
Yes, but no, I heard really that it was a really good coffee, and I'm sure about it because I use it every day in my home. But yeah, that was a limited edition.
I still have the bag here. I've got the bag of Code Garden here, and I didn't touch it yet because I'm like, I want to keep it as a memory instead of using it. But
we should have, Marcin. We should have numbered the bags. So this is bag 1 of 50 in batch 1.
Yeah, we did so with the gin also here.
Who has bottle 1, and has it been drank?
No, bottle 1 of the gin is in the suits office at Umbraco HQ.
It's in the
cabinet there. Yeah, it's in the cabinet there as
Just in case they get really desperate, run out of alcohol and.
Well, I can tell you that there might be enough alcohol in the suits office.
But yeah, that's exciting, and yeah, definitely that's a good idea to sign it with some numbers for the upcoming limited edition again. We will do it. So yeah, follow us and see. This is the moment for liking, subscribing, and following our activity now, because we will definitely be spreading the word of what we are up to next. Okay, so that's a side note and side update. But one more topic that we need to mention is Hacktoberfest. I just realized that this is the end of the month, reporting, transfer, and everything else. But of course, we are starting a new month, and it's October. And for all of us in the open source community and communities, it's a really special month. And again, we can contribute, we can hack, we can do some help for the open source projects and gain some not only respect and trust, but also some goodies and things from DigitalOcean and GitHub. And yeah, I particularly plan to really do some cool pull requests this year. I haven't been coding for the last, I don't know how many months, years, or something like that, but I want to do that again. So expect making some things in your projects. And what are you guys planning? Do you plan to contribute to do some things this Hacktoberfest?
So last year, for the past few years, I've tried to do a like a live stream on Twitch each week, with the idea of it being a way of demystifying contributions. Last year, it was a total disaster because the first week, my laptop was on its last legs. It was dead, and then it properly died a week later, and I had a very, very stressful month trying to juggle work with a very broken laptop. So it didn't really go to plan. This year, I'm going to do the same. I focused on different contribution areas in the past. Like a few years ago, I put a focus on like doing Umbraco things. The second year, last year, I did a focus on trying to diversify, like doing different programming languages, so some JavaScript things, that sort of thing. This year, I thought it's a great opportunity with V11 coming up to do maybe some slightly more interesting changes that aren't commonly made. For example, a breaking change. So I'm going to do my live stream, but the idea is I'm going to focus on how do you even go about making a breaking change contribution to the core, or how do you go about changing some of the more obscure bits of the core to make it more flexible. For example, I've been trying to make Umbraco run in a Xamarin app, and I found a couple of sticking points there that I can then fix and don't really affect anyone else, but will make my life a lot easier. So I'm going to do that. Back to contributing. So hopefully all still around Umbraco.
I have no plans yet. I have to see. I also do not that much coding these days anymore. But interestingly is that for DUGFest, but also how to buy tickets, Henk developed something partly based on Umbraco. And maybe we can open source it or make it available and do something more with it. Would be nice. And there's also always the Google Maps module I created for Umbraco 8, has been developed for Umbraco 9 as well by Ronald, who also now works for Umbraco, and Robert from Australia. And maybe we need to give that some love, tender and care coming month as well. Would be nice.
Yeah, my plan is generally also the same. Update also my old packages, maybe something what I have done in the past to support to be supported in the latest and greatest Umbraco version. So yeah, and other people all contributing. Sean, for example, said that he just put a PR and he hoped that it gets merged in October. But
this would perhaps be just quickly a good opportunity to recap how Hacktoberfest works before we dive into the pull requests thing. So there's two Hacktoberfest celebrations that go on in the Umbraco community. There's the official Digital Ocean one, and then there is an Umbraco Hacktoberfest. Now, the Umbraco Hacktoberfest means if you make a certain number of contributions, you get some kind of swag from Umbraco. The Hacktoberfest one, run by DigitalOcean, you have to do 4 contributions, and they have to be accepted within October. Equally, those all have to be created after the 1st of October. So they judge the create date on that pull request as the date that the contribution happens, not the date that the pull request gets merged. So it has to be a specifically Hacktoberfest thing. I think repos also need to opt in this year as well. So they have to put this Hacktoberfest tag on their repo for it to work, to avoid spam. Furthermore, as Warren has pointed out, there is a blog post coming soon. But if you go to the Umbraco GitHub, there is a really nice page there, a repo there that explains exactly what the rules are for the Umbraco Hacktoberfest, including a couple of exceptions, which I think is this year, any of the Umbraco repos are up for grabs, except for the Our Umbraco repo. So you can contribute to the docs, you can contribute to the CMS, you can contribute to even some of the surrounding like SDKs, the hardcore SDKs, which are open source, but the Our Umbraco site, the code base for that, this kind of aging V7 thing, I don't think is included, probably because it's going to retire in the near future. But as Warren says, blog post coming.
And definitely we need to read through the rules because they are changing and they're improving year by year to avoid this spam and pain basically for maintainers.
I got caught out last year where one of my contributions didn't get accepted, and therefore I didn't make the 4 that was required. And
no swag. unfortunately then. But that's exciting, and again, a huge opportunity for everyone who wants to start coding. I saw a lot of people who wants to really use this opportunity to do something in the coding area. So just first contribution, first PR, and I know there is a lot of materials from Umbraco community on how to do it. So be sure to do it. And yeah, I just grabbed some links of people who already started contributing before Hacktoberfest. And yeah, one of these was as an outcome of a code cabin, for example, here, and some other PRs that were done, and Bjorn reached out the number 100 of contributions in Umbraco too. So there's plenty of good force to help in the upcoming month, and not only in the upcoming month, but yeah, that's exciting. And looking forward, of course, to highlight some contributions. And I can't remember, Callum, but at some year we were doing some kind of weekly summaries of some good contributions. Maybe we can do it the same this October. Who knows? We'll try to find out. That's about contributions. A couple other news to mention. UProfile from September, and Miles, who was highlighted and awarded with this UProfile this month. Again, whole story about Miles and his activity, and generally how he joined the community, and also how why he is highlighted here. I like the snowboarding reference here. So yeah, that's to be checked, and definitely check it out if you haven't met Miles anywhere yet. And last but not least, a couple of other links. Umbraco Lab this week, and Andy, who joined there. There is also some output with the PR out there, but Sebastian also did spotted some of the issues and challenges during the Umbraco Lab, and also then summarized it with the blog about debugging custom website against the Umbraco source code. A lot of knowledge again. I missed it. I cannot watch it, unfortunately. I don't know, Callum or Arnold, do you guys follow the Umbraco Lab sessions?
Sometimes when I have no calls and time for it, but yeah. So yeah, that's quite interesting to see the discussions and where everybody's at, and you hear some interesting things that you forgot yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a really nice output also of the materials that will stay for longer for the community and for everyone who would love to learn about this particular topic. And other than that, other materials that are there are already full coverage of the whole Umbraco Cool Garden recordings and sessions is on YouTube. So yeah, full event, everything to recap. So yeah, also be sure to check it out. And if anyone missed anything from the event, also can go there and check it out on YouTube.
There's a lot of gold in there. There's a lot of good videos and a lot of good talks. But yeah, it will take some time to catch up on all of them.
Yeah, definitely. I have a to-do list, very long list of watch later on YouTube already.
Did you still manage to watch last year's Code Garden, Marcin, or maybe even the year before that?
No, but this is also on my list. I don't know how chronically ordered, to be honest, because that's the Spain. But yeah, when I travel, I used to listen to some of the videos, some of the podcasts. So maybe this time, because right now, of course, I'm also going to travel today back to Poland. Maybe one of the talks that I was interested in from Code Garden. Never know. Yeah, I will check it out. So yeah, and that's all from the news perspective. If you, of course, as usual, if you missed anything, let us know, and we'll highlight it the next week. And yeah, you guys will be in Utrecht next Friday. So
yes, we will.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Anything else to add? There is no call to action to buy more tickets because there's no more places for on the event.
If you really want to buy a ticket, maybe, and if you like to stand in the back, then sure, hit me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I have one free ticket to give away to someone. So if there's someone now that has a need for it and couldn't have paid for it themselves, then please reach out.
That's great. And yeah, again, fingers crossed for making this event yet another successful festival. We'll, of course, you will recap and we'll recap it after all, for sure. So thanks for joining today, Arnold. Thanks for joining, Callum, as well, at 6:30 a.m. on your side. And take some proper rest right now, everyone, and we'll see each other next Friday. That's exciting.
Great.
Cool. Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.
See you later. Good weekend. Bye.